Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters. As a 5-year-old, I was just amazing. Long curly hair, blue eyes, the cutest little button nose you've ever seen in your life. But at that age, I thought when I finished school I'd be a specialist, because I was going to do a specialist school. As I got a little older, I was told it was a special school. It was because of my feet. You know how when people walk, most of them walk at, say, 12 o'clock? Some walk at 5 to 1. I walked at 10 to 2. It caused all sorts of problems. I was forever falling over, but it made no difference to the fact that I had a dream I was wanting to be a sprinter. So, I found out they had an event just made for me. This is going back in yards, but I'll convert it to metres. And that was the 5-metre sprint. I was powerful off the mark. I went off the mark like nothing else. 5 metres beat them every time. At 6.5 metres I fell over. Time after time I got every medal that you could find for that event. You know what they did, don't you? Changed the event to 10 metres. I never won another race. Well, time went on, I got older. When I was about 11 or 12, I still had this dream to represent Australia in the Specialist Olympics as a sprinter. It all happened quite by accident. I was out with a friend of mine and climbing around and up this hill and so on, and we got to the very top. We started to come down the other side, and this friend of mine thought he'd do something funny. He gave me a push. I started off downhill. I knew what was likely to somehow I got my feet around each other, and off I went, and I got faster and faster. And I looked down, I couldn't believe it. As the faster I got, the straighter my feet came. The speed, I'd never been so fast in all my life. I got down halfway, getting faster. I loved it. I'm striding out ahead, and then I noticed my feet are actually going like that. And then it happened. I heard the crutch in my shorts rip. My feet were separated. I immediately fell to the ground. I knew what was going to happen to me next. What did happen? I went on to the 100 metres. I found that was my specialty. I had 2 friends, and this is how it worked. At the start line, imagine it. All the would-be's, all the ones who thought they were going to win, had starting blocks. They put them in the ground and they'd stretch their legs out. You know, I just stood there. Didn't bother me. Then the starter came up and he said, "Are you going to actually start?" I said, "Yeah." They all get down. This friend of mine is just behind me, I'm going like that. The gun goes and he pushed me and I almost fell over. I was almost to the ground when I started to get my feet working and straighten up. I was going, everyone's that far ahead of me, it's ridiculous. I go that far, my feet, instead they started to even out again. At the 80-metre mark, I've gone straight through all of them. Get down to the finish line, and this is where my other mate come in. He tripped me up, and I fell over onto a big latex mattress. 2 years unbeaten. 2 years, I got it all. There was nothing illegal about it. I had to get from the starting line to the finish line. No one said your mate can't push you over, and your mate can't trip you up, and you can't land on a rubber mattress. No one said a thing. I was the champion. You see, with everything that happened to me, I could have